I guess I disagree with the question. I don't think people are really apathetic about this. I mean, think about it. It's fundamentally, it's the same thing as if we're talking about the NSA surveillance, right? They're going through your emails, they're snooping on your phone calls. It's the same idea as if you're walking down the street and a cop stops you and empties out your pockets and searches your bags and reads what's in your phone. I mean, does that sound crazy? Because it happens every single day, all day in black and brown communities. I mean, that's just status quo. And so when you talk about apathy, one of the most difficult things that I find as we do this work around racial profiling and police practices here in the district is not to get people to say that this is happening, because they say it all the time, but it's to get people to believe that they deserve something better, that there is actually a sort of way of living that is more humane. I mean, people know that it's undignified and it's inhumane, but to imagine that it's possible to actually change it. So I think that apathy is not what I would describe to talk about the NSA surveillance. I think it's the opposite. I think that when that Fourth Amendment right is attacked in white communities and upper middle class communities and communities which feel a sense of entitlement to experiencing their rights, I think that you have things like what we have this weekend, which is a massive demonstration here in D.C. The Stop Watching Us coalition, organizations all across the country, and people are coming in to protest and to march. And it's not just about marching for the rights of the entitled people, but the truth is that sort of impetus, that sense of offense, the sense that your privacy has been violated and that's wrong and that you're entitled to more, it does come from an educated class of people and a generally entitled class of people who feel that. And I wish that sentiment, that sense of entitlement, that sense that we deserve a dignified existence in our communities as well, I wish that could also be a sentiment in our communities so that we could have the kind of movements that existed in this country 30 and 40 years ago. And so I hope that communities of color see that their interests are intimately involved in these rallies and these protests, and they're not the answer, but they can be used as a public education tool, especially when you have a place like the district where the police are actually actively sending in informants into various political groups. And so if they're sending them into the white groups, you already know if black people try to organize in this city, there will most definitely be the strong possibility of similar types of informants. So we hope to see you all this weekend on Saturday.